Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you are new, please subscribe. Click that subscribe button. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Or anyone who is watching the video, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Without further ado, let's get started. So in today's video, I am going to be reading. Where am I going to be reading to? I'm going to be reading maybe like a chapter. I'm going to be reading a chapter for you guys and maybe a little bit more later. And today is the last day of school for me, so that's exciting. So I might have a little more time to read for you guys. So I don't have much time, so I better get started and stop chit-chatting. Okay, School is the name of the chapter on page 74. Several weeks of school and life in Artemis flew by. There was so much to learn, like what acting was and how to tell if music sounded happy or sad, and how to write, not a story yet, but actually how to write numbers and letters. Alex and the others could read, of course, but they had not and not been permitted to write. They'd never seen pencils before. Only the governors could authorize a teacher to write out lessons in private. And even then, they were very careful to monitor the sorts of things a teacher would teach. Mostly it was math, formulas, and equations. After all, to be successful in the quilletry, one needed only to know certain things, and writing wasn't one of them. The high priest, Justine, warned that writing led to creativity, and creativity led to revolt, which was very bad. But now, with this exciting world awaiting them, the Unwanteds dove into their studies. It didn't feel like school at all, and while each child took classes in all the arts, each also had one particular art to focus on. For Alex, it was drawing and painting. For Megan, it was music. For Lani, it was writing and story time. But Lani excelled in almost everything she put her mind to. And Samhid was practically born to act on stage. While Samhid's sharp edges had grown a little bit softer by the end of a month, his general sourpuss, angry disposition still reared up regularly. Luckily, these emotions came in handy on the theater stage when a role required it, and that seemed to diffuse much of the anger directed at others. But Samhi continued to hold some unexplained contempt for Alex and for Artemis. Occasionally, Samhi would be seen in the company of some older, sneering boy. The friends found out soon enough that the boy's name was Will Blair, and that, like Samhid, he was a theater focus. Will's face wore a permanent scowl. Nobody seemed to like him very much. He would shove people in crowded hallways and say rude things as if his work were more important than anyone else's. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to go do something. Okay, I think he likes hanging around with Will because Will is more of an outcast. And it makes Samhid more like more likable by comparison. Megan said, crunching on an apple at lunch one day when it was just she and Alex at the table. Whatever, Alex said. I think Sampy is just mean. He was mean back in Quill, and he's still mean. I have no idea what his problem is, and I don't care. Even so, Alex got an uncomfortable, prickly feeling whenever he saw the two boys hunching over in private conversation at a corner table in the lounge and stealing glances around them or studying Alex as they whispered. It was rather unsettling, but mainly Alex absorbed himself in his art under the instruction of Artemis' finest painting teacher, Miss Octavia, an octogator, and he had very little time to think about Samhit and Will Blair. Don't be afraid of me, Alex, the octogator said. Dr. Octogator had said when Alex first met her, face to face, with her alligator mouth full of teeth, and have her octopus tentacles floating about, almost as if she were walking on air. Oh, okay, Alex said, not noting the location of the door in case he would need to escape. I'm Miss Octavia. Mr. today created me as many years ago to cover an area of instruction in which he was not particularly gifted, the fine art of drawing and painting. Wasn't it thoughtful of him to give me so many ways to excel in my craft? She carried with her an eraser, a paintbrush, a pencil, charcoal sticks, a palette, and a cup of coffee, and could work on various tasks simultaneously. Alex nodded. He glanced at her sharp teeth, gleaming in the brightly lit room. I bet all your students listen to you too, he said. Quite right, Miss Octavia grinned toothily. Alex learned quickly over his few weeks to use a pencil, charcoal's ink, and paints, experimenting with colors and depth, precision lines, and vast strokes with his paintbrushes. He began by drawing and painting simple objects like a shoe, a pineapple, and a cactus, and moving on to structures and landscapes. You've got a special way with that brush, Alex, and You've got a special way with that brush, Alex, and a keen eye for color, Miss Octavia said, her appendages floating about her, busy with tasks. Your paintings are your forte. I think you're one of the most promising students I've ever had. She gave an approving nod, despite her stern, bulbous eyes peering through the wire half glasses that perched on her alligator snout. With 8 appendages, Miss Octavia could create vast paintings and charcoal drawings in no time at all. And she expected perfection from her students, but she had a soft spot for Alex and praised him liberally. With all this praise, Alex was certain he would soon be allowed to begin further training. I can't wait to advance to magical warrior training, Alex said one day. Do you think it'll be soon? The odd look on Miss Octavia's face stopped him. All in good time, she said finally. Oh, Alex looked away and shoved his hands into his pockets, embarrassed, determined not to ask the question again. Megan adored her instructor too, Miss Claire Morning. Miss Morning was a tall, striking woman of 40 or so, with long, honey-colored hair and a warm complexion. She was the same person who had popped in for a chat on Megan's blackboard on that first day to teach Megan the lesson with the oboe. Claire Morning was full of praise, and Megan excelled and grew increasingly confident with her music as time passed. Megan not only enjoyed playing the oboe and piccolo, but she loved to dance and sing as well. And her voice had such a mesmerizing lilt to it that people and creatures alike often felt compelling to stop in the hallway outside the practice room just to listen to Megan sing. With a voice like yours, Mrs. Morning told Megan after 3 months had passed, I do believe you are quite ready to train magically with your art as a warrior now. Megan, I will talk with Mr. today about it this afternoon. Megan's face lit up. She'd been dying to start her magical training ever since she saw her brother perform magic on the day she reunited with him. Yes, she said. I've been so impatient, so I'll be the first of my class to start, right? She grinned. Alex will be so jealous. Miss Morning smiled. Your gifts are very strong, like your brother's. Guys, I'm not going to be able to finish the chapter because I do have to get ready for school. And it's the last day again. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and like this video. And the amount of subscribers I have, I'm so grateful. I never knew I would get to 21. I thought I would just stay at 1 subscriber. I thought nobody would care for my videos. I think I'm doing well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.